Okay, we are back with video number 3 of our Operation Sonnenblume, where we're playing this new sorting scenario. Before we get going, may I mention I make these videos in aid of a charity called Cure Parkinson's. You can guess what they're trying to do. There's a link to them below this video, one in the About section on the channel page. If you happen to have a spare dollar, euro, yen, yak or British pound you could send to them, I'm sure they'd appreciate it. So we're on turn number 5 with Germany, and the story so far has been rather brilliant if you are an Allied supporter. The UK have done tremendously well in hanging on to Tobruk into turn number 5. Not happened before. The main cause of their brilliant performance, apart from being a couple of good dice rolls from them, has been bad dice rolls. Especially for the Italians, they should have been into Tobruk a long time ago, and the Germans themselves, when they tried to get into Berhashim, they failed as well. Some of that I think was a bit more tactical than me being able to blame the dice rolls. But getting to Tobruk is an absolute must for the German and Italian players, because Tobruk will give us at least a minor victory. I think the major win, getting to Tobruk, Berhashim and Mersa Matruh, is out of the window. No chance of that at all. And even holding on to Tobruk is a big ask. Turn number 5 really is going to be decisive. If Germany fail in getting into Tobruk from Berhashim or lose nearly all of their forces, which you think they might do, it's going to be all over Red Rover. But we've got to try something for them. So there is no advanced convoys because there's no convoys to advance. There's no requisition. They've got no RPs because they haven't taken Benghazi or Tobruk and getting those 12 IPCs available from both of those places. So straight into the combat move and attack declarations. All we're going to be doing is 1, 2, 3, and then 4 guys from there make 7. We've got to spend 2 supplies from here, paying absolutely no mind at all to our backdoor sewer, getting the Brits up the rear. And the Brits are going to be defending Tobruk by spending 1 supply. Got to remind myself every time that Tobruk land defenders re-roll their 9s pluses. And we can look at the German dice roll now. Initially, their 1 Panzer tank goes in at A5 and scores a hit straight up. Good start for Germany here. They've got 1, 2, and then 3 and 4 that will go in at 3s. We used British dice for that, why not? I've been lucky for the Brits so far. And scoring 0 hits, oh dear. And then 2 more dice for the naked infantry that roll in at 2s. Scoring another 1 hit from there, and then there's 1 mechanised guy can go in there as well. And he misses. So just 2 off the Brits there. I don't think Germany would be very happy with that. They may be even less happy with the reply roll. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 dice, all at 3s for the Brits, with potential rerolls. Oh, let me bring that closer to the camera. Why wasn't that the German roll? There is 4 hits out of 5 dice. This is an absolute horrible game for the German player. Okay, and they've still got the Brits, that is, another 3 fighters which they can bring into the action at 5s and score 2 more hits. Would you believe it? 6 guys all knocked out from Germany from that Berhashim attack. It has been absolutely brutal, this game. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6 units taken out. Absolutely horrible, absolutely disastrous for the Germans. I don't know what more we can do really from here. I guess carry on in there, just try to do something. It's really is. We really are flogging a dead horse, but we got to go with it. I think one more supply from Germany, one more supply from the Brits in defence. So just one dice at 5 and one dice at 3. The dark dice is the higher register. And they've scored one hit out of that, so one more Brit gets lost. Take him out of the way, knock everybody over. Stand up, man. Right, there is now 3 dice for the Brits, at 3s for the infantry, and 0 hits, unusually. And then 3 more dice for the fighters, all at 5s. And they've scored 2 more hits. That is the end of the German attack from Ber Hashim into there. That one British guy has been taken account of, and there is no more we can do really for Germany. We got one infantry guy we can perhaps move into somewhere, and we got the truck to get out of the way because we can. But I will see you now on the British turn. Tidying up from the end of the German turn, the guy from Merseburg has walked into Ber Hashim just for some kind of cover here, and the truck's gone out of the way. There's nothing else Germany can do. There's nothing else left on the board for them to do. The British advance convoys, they've folded the guys from Suez into Cairo and from Indian Ocean into Suez Canal, and our marker chips are ready in place from our reinforcements from turns that aren't going to come onto the board. Requisition reinforcements, the Brits got themselves just our marker tokens and one landmine to go into Tobruk, just in case. I mean, it's not going to happen. We are just putting more nails into the coffin of the Axis forces here. They are declaring 3 combats, one from M&M's and Siwa into Ber Hashim, bash this guy. We've got absolutely plenty of units in there to do that with. And we've got the one scout car from Siwa going back into Alagira Chung again with his unique free abilities. And we're going to have a bash at these transport ships up here with our destroyer and battleship. Let's just start off with that, actually. There's no reason why not to. Let me just move around the other side of the camera. We can hit that with a 6 from the brown dice for our battleship and a 4 from the black dice. We actually had a thought, by the way, of hitting Benghazi with our British forces here. And we probably would have done a bit of damage. We didn't want to obviously just hand a victory to the Italian forces by weakening ourselves. That's not what the game's all about. But one of the thoughts was if the Brits had attacked Benghazi and reduced some of these infantry guys down as early casualties, it would leave space for any surviving units in Benghazi, presumably artillery pieces, to get into here to actually have a bigger bash at Tobruk. That's why Tobruk isn't attacking anybody, though there was a thought of that, should we say. So 6 on the brown dice, 4 on the, and we've just scored 2 hits out of that. Oh my giddy aunt. Now, remembering the rules if I can, the defenders choose the first casualty, which would be that one. Then the Brits will attack the supplies, because or one of the artillery pieces. Why not? Why not? In that case, the second one will go off the second battleship, and another artillery piece will come out of there. The Italians can now choose 2 units to escape from the action. I'm tempted to take the supplies because we are fractionally short, but I really think we've got to get a couple of those artillery pieces out of the way just to try to get those into Benghazi later on. So the Brits now can start their second round of attack. 2 more dice rolls, 6 and 4, 6 on the brown dice rather, and yeah, they've just knocked out these pieces here. So that's the end of that naval battle, and Italy will be able to land those artillery pieces at the end of the turn or next turn. The Brits can have a pop now into Al Gira with this this one scout. Where's my die? Oh, down there. With their one scout car. It's going to roll in at a 2 and miss entirely. And the one piece of air can defend at a 6 and a 1. Get me worms right today. It misses. Nothing happened down there. I could move this somewhere else, but I'm just happy enough. The Brits are so far in front of this game. We're just really crossing our legs and drinking the tea right now. The attack that's going to go into Bear Hashim, well, they're going to have to spend one supply. The Germans in defence, whittling down even more what they can do next turn round. And so the Brits will have these two artillery pieces rolling at 3s with re-rolls. And don't need them. Job done. This guy is gone. And he gets a defence at a 3. And misses as well. Yep. So Bear Hashim is now back into British hands. All those guys walk in there. These supplies all come off. And that is really it for the Brits. They've got non-com moves. They've got 2 guys in there, plus 3 fighters. That makes 5. We can move in 2 tanks. We really are an absolute massive strong force. And then another 3 artillery pieces into there as non-com. And I'm even going to move a truck forward in a minute and get a whole lot of supplies in there because we can. I will see you on the Italian turn in a mo. So Italy on turn number 5, their advanced reinforcements, getting these artillery pieces into Benghazi from the convoy zone. And their reinforcements, well, they're getting themselves a landmine. That can go onto the border with Bear Hashim and Benghazi, and a whole lot of infantry and some supplies there should Benghazi stand up. And we've got some sort of an attack from the Brits coming that way, we would think. But we've got to try something, and we are in desperate measures here now for the Axis forces. They're going to be attacking into Tobruk. It's going to cost them 2 supplies of the very few they have left, hoping for a tremendous dice roll. And the Brits are exploding a landmine and spending a supply in defence. This bombist comes over here to get involved in the action. No anti-aircraft gun to worry about. Let's just start throwing some dice at this and seeing what happens. But you can probably hear by the amount of depression in my voice for the Italian side here, it's not good for them. So Britain are going to explode their 1 landmine. 3 dice, trying to knock things back at a 3s. And I've knocked back 2 infantry units. That's 2 comes off this stack straight away. In fact, I might take it on the scout car first up, and then 1 infantry guy comes off the stack. And I find a guy from my box of bits to go into the world famous naughty corner. That landmine is taken care of. Then we can look at this 1 bombist that rolls in at a 6. Can it do anything? Well, that's another one that's fallen. Absolutely. How did dice do that? We'll give it a little shake. It does fall on the 1. I was expecting that. Great. 1 hit first up. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 dice now that we can roll, all at 3s in our attack. So remember, we've got 1 hit done already. Let's have a superb roll for the Italians. Despite the 2 1s there, that is all that they've got. Just 2 more hits out of that. That's 3 of the British guys are going to be lost. We'll take it on 2 infantry and 1 artillery. So that's an extra 3 dice we can roll. And then get on with the British defence in there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all at 3s plus re-rolls in defence. And there is just the 1 hit there from that number 3 and a re-roll from that 10. So that's not a good start for the Brits. There's plenty more power in them in a minute. Oh, that's a hit as well. Plenty more power coming in now. We've got these 2 Matildas that defend at 5s. 1 hit from the 5 and 1 re-roll. It scores a hit. And now these 3 fajitas all goes in at 5s. without rerolls. And 3 hits straight up. Wow. These dice have been absolutely horribly British biased. That's going to be 7 units taken out of the action. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Just the one artillery piece could continue with that attack. It's not going to. It's absolutely not going to happen anymore. Let's just get these things off the board here and finish up this game as efficiently as we can do. I'll just get these things tied up, get the reinforcements into Benghazi, and I'll see you on turn number 6. Okay, on to turn number 6, the last turn of this game. It may not even get to the end of turn number 6. I suspect it's not going to. Germany, all that they can do is perhaps run this truck out of the way. It doesn't matter anyway. It has no effect on this game. No other units for Germany on the board. The Brits' advanced convoys, guys in Suez Canal, yes, it's academic. It really is. I'm not going to bother any more with that. I'm not even going to requisition any kind of reinforcements. We're just going to go in here and make our combat declaration, which is an attack onto Benghazi, an attack into Benghazi port. This might not even take place on because it's once Benghazi falls, will be the end of the game anyway. So's the Brits to do this attack into Benghazi. Got this one scout car through Merseburger into Benghazi. Got a supply ready from our supply bin to mark that down as a flanking attack. These guys here in Behr Hashim going through will be the main attack. And we've only got 4 land units, so we can make this our flanking attack from Tobruk. And we've got 3 aircraft can get involved in it too. The Italians will be exploding both their landmines. Of course they're going to be. They roll 3 dice each, trying to knock back anybody coming from Behr Hashim first. And fail entirely. Not as good as the British landmines and the guys in Benghazi landmine. They fail as well. It's been a miserable game for the Axis forces. I'm not laughing. It's the way that this thing's been played out this time round. Let's have a look now at the one attack from our scout car, rolling in a 2. I'm not even going to bother doing the collateral damage thing or the supply radio thing because we just want to mash things now, I think. And it scores a hit and, well, it can target air units, but, I mean, we could target, it's only defending at a 1 anyway. What would Italy do as their casualty? Well, I guess they would take it as a casualty. Yeah, why not indeed? Let's think about these guys in here. They've got 5 dice all at... where's my dice gone? 5 dice all at 3s of infantry artillery combinations. And score just the single hit on that. So we'll take that on, say, the scout car. And then the big attack here that comes in from Tobruk. We'll roll the... 2 artillery pieces at 3s and score 1 hit and 1 reroll. So that's going to be 1 hit and our reroll. It misses. We've got these 2 tankens that can go in at 5s. And they've both scored hits here in spectacular fashion. All these guys are lost and gone. To tidy everything up very neatly at the end, we've got the bomber at a 1, scores a miss. We've got the 2 infantry artillery combinations at 3s, score 1 hit, and the scout car scores a hit as well. 2 of these guys are lost. It'll just be 2 infantry guys. All those guys are wiped. I would love to have given you a Hollywood finish to this game, where both sides were vying for a major victory or possibly a shared minor victory. I do put down on the sheet here that if both sides secure a minor victory, there is no tiebreaker. Axis, however, would feel they fell short of their objective. And In many of my test games, the shared minor victory has been the result here. I have not had a instant total victory, which is an unusual victory, that if you wipe out all the combat land units of one side, then you obviously win the game. Not even close to having that with the Allied forces, but this game has produced one. And yes, while I wouldn't have minded the Hollywood finish, I am very happy to see that a instant total victory can also take place under these rules. So that is it. I've had tremendous fun playing this in all my test games. It's a very fast-paced game. You can get it done, as I mentioned, I think on video number 1, inside one evening easily. I hope you had some fun watching this video, and I hope you try these rules out for yourself. They'll be available on BGG for a download, and I'll put a link below this video. Until next time, be cool.